MARC Batch Edit allows you to change MARC information, to add MARC information, or to delete MARC information. It applies your actions to a collection, a bunch of MARC records that you indicate. And you have the option to be very, very specific with your changes. They can be applied to a MARC field or to a subfield, both in general and to specific values. Before going any further, a warning. You should never use MARC Batch Edit to add, edit, or delete data from an 856 field. That's the field that we use for electronic records holdings data. The risk of accidental damage is too great. You could unintentionally cause a huge amount of chaos throughout Spark. If batch changes in 856 fields are needed, that's okay, you can do that. We just ask that you contact Spark Tech Support, explain what needs to be done, and let them make the changes. To get to MARC Batch Edit, we go to Cataloging at the top of the screen, and then we select MARC Batch Edit. There are three different kinds of batch editing that can be done: replacing data, adding data, and deleting data. To choose which of the three things that you want to do, click the drop-down next to Action Rule Type. We will start with an example of MARC Batch Replace. And for the purposes of this example, let's imagine that we're looking over the MARC records of some books that are written by Tom Clancy. As you probably know, the years of an author's birth and death are often indicated in the 100 field, subfield D. Mr. Clancy passed away back in 2013, which means that for books written by him, the 100 field should look like this. However, if any of the Tom Clancy books in your collection were added before he passed away, then the 100 field would have been cataloged like this. For all of these older books, the content of the 100 field needs to be replaced so that all of the Tom Clancy author coding in our catalog looks the same. This is a prime case for when you would want to use MARC Batch Edit. So let's pretend, first of all, that we went through the catalog and we put all of the records that need to be changed into a particular record bucket. We have loaded MARC Batch Edit, and we've specified that we want the action to be Replace. Next, we need to say that we want to replace data in the 100 field. So click the space next to MARC Tag and type in 100. We can skip over the next area, subfields optional. So look right beneath there and click in the area next to MARC Data. We can just paste in what we want the 100 field to look like. If you want, you can open a Tom Clancy book record in another browser tab. Go to the MARC Edit View tab, turn on Flat Text Editor, and copy the entire 100 field. Then paste what you copied right into this space. All of the stuff below that can be skipped over, and you can skip over the drop-down next to Record Source. Now we need to choose the bucket with the records that we want to change. So we click the drop-down, and then we select the appropriate bucket name. Everything is ready, so we click the Go button. And after a loading bar fills up, we can see that our editing was successful. It's always a good idea to spot check results. So let's load the record bucket. We go to cataloging, then we click on record buckets. We go to the buckets drop-down, and then we select the appropriate bucket name. And if we look at the author column, we can see that every entry has the year of the author's death.